My earliest recollection of organ donation was when I was 7 or 8 years old. I was sitting and watching TV with my dad, and this TV show came on about, it was some medical drama. And in it, a family had just received the news that their child was in a terrible car accident and had no chance of survival. So the family, without missing a beat, decided that they wanted to make a difference. So they donated their child's organs to the people who needed them. So it was way past my bedtime, so when the show was over, my dad got up. I thought he was going to yell at me to go to bed, but instead he got up, turned the TV off, and he asked me if I understood what I had just watched. So I said to him, yeah, you know, that family had a terrible tragedy, but they decided to help other people by giving parts of their child to other people. And he said, yeah, that's exactly what it was. And he said, you know, I hope you're never faced with having to make that decision, but if you ever are, I hope you would decide to make a difference in people's lives and give back. Flash forward about 30 plus years, I was at Canadian Blood Services donating platelets, and I was eating that fantastic chocolate covered donut they give you and that horrible cup of coffee. And I saw a brochure about paired donor exchange, basically the opportunity to be a living donor. So I grabbed the brochure and I read through it, and I was hooked. I don't know if I was supposed to take the brochure, but I did. I drove back to work, couldn't stop thinking about what I had just read. So thought about it all day and all the way home, and I got home, saw my wife's car, and realized that, you know, maybe there's somebody else I needed to talk to about becoming an organ donor. It was probably one of the most interesting and hardest conversations I've ever had with my wife, because it was like, what if she says no? I think deep down inside she maybe wasn't surprised that it was something that I was interested in doing, because I've always tried to give back, but it's still, you know, it's a big jump from wanting to lend your bicycle to somebody to giving them an organ. So we talked for quite a while, had quite a conversation about it. Again, she just wanted to make sure that I was doing my research and this wasn't something that I was just jumping into. So, and a little time after that, we talked to my kids about it. They were, you know, 9 and 12 at the time, so they were a little younger than they are now, but I think they understood, and they just wanted to make sure that the dad was going to be okay. She possibly wasn't as supportive before the donation as she certainly was after we went to Toronto and made the donation. I think she saw how much of a difference it made in somebody's life, and how much of a huge just a huge experience, a life-changing thing that it was. So she went from, you know, certainly being supportive of it to just being a huge cheerleader and just being absolutely over the world excited and happy that the opportunity was given to us. I only found out that it was this little girl probably not long before the donation. So I'd already committed to making the donation, and that information was just sort of I don't know if you'd call it a bonus, but certainly from being a parent, it suddenly brought what I was doing into focus. You know, it made it a lot more real for me. This could be my child that was suffering from this disease and needed this kidney, and I wasn't able as a parent to give them a kidney, but somebody else stepped forward. So it wasn't a catalyst. I'd say it was a bonus. I was going to donate the kidney regardless of who got it. I have absolutely no regrets about making the donation. I think it's probably, it would rank up there as one of the greatest memories I will probably have in my life. You know, I have absolutely no health impacts from it. I think it's made me a more optimistic, happy person. I certainly have found a way to, it's certainly helped me deal with the trials and tribulations that have happened since then. It's given me a new outlook on life and given me a lot of passion for other things. I look for more opportunities to volunteer now, because I've kind of seen the impact that, you know, a small favor or a small amount of work that you can do for somebody, the kind of impact it can make. I think we all have these spare parts, and I think it's something we should all look at trying to do and trying to help each other out. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. It doesn't matter what the color of our skin is or what our religious affiliations are. We should all help each other out. It was something I could do. It was something I could do to help, and it was something I felt that I should do. I'm an extremely blessed person. I have an amazing wife and 2 fantastic kids, and this is a very small thing that I could do to give back. And I guess maybe at the end of the day, I did it, you know, to remember my dad. You know, I remember what he said those 30 years ago, and it just put a seed in my mind that made me want to do this. So I did it in memory of him as well too. It's an incredible opportunity. It's a life-changing thing to do. We don't have opportunities very much in life to make a difference in other people's lives, and this is a true opportunity to make a difference.